My name is Francis. Full name Francis Baba Jide Akinowo. I'm from Ondo State, Nigeria. I started by making performance works, gathering a following on social media, and then I started to explore the human condition. I first started out with mental issues because I'm a pharmacist, so I do have a medical background. So I started to explore anxiety, depression, and what it meant to be an artist and how that would reflect in the work. When you sit in the pharmacy, you kind of have to neglect yourself. You no longer represent or you no longer are a person, you're a pharmacist. You kind of have to ignore everything that makes you you. And whoever comes to the pharmacy, their problem becomes your problem. I've started to explore more on what takes us away from being a person, like what distracts us from personhood. I make work that makes you feel like I'm a person or makes you see what personhood is and how we interact with the world. I want you to see the personhood in the work rather than define what personhood is. I don't know if that makes sense, but I want you to look at the work and recognize that it takes human experience to be a person. You kind of feel what that person felt at the moment where they were making that. Those tiny little details that make your heart beat, those emotions that make you feel something, I think that's what personhood is, and that's what I'm trying to reflect in the work. Being away from Nigeria for the first time, it's a fresh experience, it's a new experience. Regardless of how much you try to prepare your mind for moving so far away from home, it's just different. I started to make simpler paintings that just remind me of where I'm coming from, why I'm here. The subject is my girlfriend. She has dreads, which I admire a lot. I'm painting her dreads here, what they look like when I try to remember them. It's refreshing to do this. And then this one is like a self-portrait. It revolves around the same idea, like loss of personhood. What is left if there's a fight, who's fighting, is it worth it to fight? I think about death, I think about, those are ideas that I have when I make the work. And here I use just charcoal because the materiality, I'm trying to obscure the figure a lot more, push the figure really back into the shadows so that you can focus on the spirals and the use of yarn, because materially it plays into the concepts I'm currently exploring, the concepts of the phone being something that distracts us from our personhood. That spiral is not something you can see through your phone because it's just going to look like a part of the painting. But if you were in the room with the painting, you can actually see that is a spiral. It's an entire timeline of events that is being drawn out for you to be in the perfect place to make that work. We kind of think we have a hold on what the artwork should be. But we're just mediums, man. We're just like pencils, and it's supposed to just come through us. I don't know, whatever divine power is holding us as pencils, we're just supposed to be pencils and just allow it to direct us. And I can only say that from my own perspective as one person, as one individual, but that's what I want my work to do. I want you to see the humanity in my work. I want you to feel oh, this is a person. This person is probably experiencing something similar to something I've seen in my own life.